Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Concerned Citizen. Just taking a lunch break from work. Working to make a living paycheck to paycheck. You know how it is. So, we recently have the Democratic National Convention, and you had Tim Walz's son, really emotional and really happy and proud to see his father on stage. And you had many Republican pundits criticizing him, and some of them said, I didn't know that he had a disability. It doesn't matter. Where's human decency? We talk about these special times with families, at least the Republican Party do, about family values, feeling connected to your family, and protecting families. But yet the first thing you do is when a son expresses love for his father, you call him a beta. You call him, you tell Tim Walz, what kind of man are you raising? And Ann Coulter and other commenters, all connected and associate the Republican Party, all come to criticize this person, which really shows you, to be honest, who these individuals are and what the party currently represents. Maya Angelou had that saying that says, when they show you who they are, believe them the first time. And that's why I really cannot vote for Republicans, because all these things about family values and all of that put into action, they don't really care. And I find it funny that they're criticizing and saying, that he's a beta male and making fun of him when you call them weird and the first thing they do is clutch their pearls. So it's really crazy. And it got me thinking, about the individuals who consider themselves undecided voters right now, right? And the reasons why they won't vote for Kamala Harris. Now, before, the reason why they wouldn't vote for Biden is they were like, hey, you know what the division between Biden and Trump is? Is that Trump, yes, he's bad, and yeah, he says things, and yeah, he has all these other things, but Biden's old. And that was the only reason that they had. Now, you have also the reason, of course, they indicated was, hey, the economy was better under Trump. Listen, I think that everyone looking back always thinks that things were better, then. Sometimes I go back and I go, I want to go back to being a kid. I mean, there's certain things I don't want to experience being a kid. I recognize that there was terrible things. But with Harris, now you have her, and the old kind of reasoning goes out the window, and now they're saying her laugh makes her not trustworthy. Now, they also criticize her laugh because they say Kamala Harris is laughing at a time when we shouldn't be laughing. There's nothing that's happening right now that is a laughing matter. And then they say that things were better under Trump, just like Biden, that she's extremely left. And I find it funny that every time that we're going to give something that helps people, it's extremely left. But when we give something to billionaires who already have lots of money and already have lots of things, it's considered good for the economy. And nobody says anything. Everyone always says, how are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for all these things you want to give these people? Well, how about the rich actually pay their fair share? That's actually reasonable. A lot of people think that Republicans are also better for the economy because they don't have programs that actually support the public. That's my opinion. So the reasons why I think that, so there's the reasons why they always say for not voting for, in the past, Biden and now Kamala Harris. And it's weird. Her laugh is, I don't like that she laughs. It's such a criticism that they only give to a woman, it seems like. That's... So many people, and a lot of these individuals that are saying this are also women themselves, that women are their own worst enemies, attacking each other. Now, believe me, you have your right not to, agree with her policies and things like that, but a lot of these attacks are very personal, and to tell you the truth, when you say these things, you're going to vote for Trump anyways. It's just that you feel like lots of things that he says is not excusable. So you feel really guilty. So you're looking for a reason. And you come up with these very small examples as a reason why you're going to vote for him. And just own it, Say, I support everything that Trump is associated with. You take it all. So people on the fence, like I said, they were just looking for a reason not to vote for a Democrat. And they already wanted to vote for Trump. They always say, yeah, I understand, but Trump, he just says these things. Now Trump is the old person as well, and nobody's really saying criticisms about his age. Like I said before, Trump gave a tax break to millionaires and billionaires, and the people who benefited, who say like, hey, my 401k was up, that was just the inadvertent consequence of his actions. By the way, each president in their second term, which Trump didn't get to have, right, has had the gas prices increase when they left office. And yes, we need to do something about that. Now, Trump, people looking back and saying things were better under him. Okay, well, under Trump, and let's just be fair, because right now we're criticizing Biden and Kamala Harris for things which people otherwise say is not in their control. I mean, United States is doing better than any other country economically, and there's many other countries where their citizens are having much more strain than the United States. Now, that's not to say that we shouldn't be concerned. I struggle, but to be honest, I look back, I was still struggling and living paycheck to paycheck under Trump as well. So I was like, okay, what's the difference besides billionaires getting lots of stuff? So under Trump, we had no toilet paper. Like, I actually bought one of those bidet things you hook up because we were so low on toilet paper. Division was at an all-time high under Trump. And I believe it started under Obama, not because of Obama, but because people were very upset that a black man was president. And a lot of people still deny it, but look at the way they're attacking Kamala. And look at the way they still talk about Trump. Or Obama. Look how Trump still talks about Obama. Morality has really gone out the window with Trump and the MAGA movement. Now, corruption is now just blatantly open. I thought that when Trump was elected, okay, all the crummy stuff was raising to the surface and we could scrape it off the top and then we really show who we are as people. But no, if you have stayed this ugly and this derogatory and mean after all these years, this is who you are. Now, you see what he's done with selecting the Supreme Court, and, and the Republican Party has done this. When Obama was president, they were like, you can't select a Supreme Court justice while there's election. Let the American people decide. So somehow waited till the American people, voted, and then they selected an extreme Supreme Court judge. Then the opposite end happens where now they're up for election. There's a presidential election coming up and there's another vacancy, and same people who said, hey, you need to wait until the votes, say, hey, we need to do this quickly before the votes because we could lose the chance to decide. And this is why Democrats need to really stop letting Republicans use their own moral compass against them. You have these people all the time, and I'll give an example. Like, I'm a very nice, understanding person, but then when you put your foot down, they say, oh my gosh, this is not like you. You're so nice. How dare you? What's going on? Why are you treating me so mean? And then I'm supposed to feel bad. That's what they're basically doing to Democrats and the situation. Like saying, you guys should wait until the American people hear their voice. And you're like, oh, okay. And then the next time you go, haha, an election's coming up, we're going to fit in the Supreme Court justice before they vote. So, listen, the time for playing nice in that capacity and being respectful in that capacity is gone. And that's what's happening when Republicans are clutching their pearls with Tim Walz and other Democrats calling them weird. Hey, we've had it. We've been nice. You've been nothing but ruthless. And what makes Democrats and myself, as a Democrat, stand up and want to fight is that people who are disenfranchised are the ones who are suffering and being targeted. And what I mean by that is not only minorities, right? But it's also individuals who are lower income, who have health issues, who depend on the system that they paid into to actually do what they were promised when they paid into it. And these people often get left behind. So when Democrats are upset, I think that it should be conveyed like, hey, you're taking advantage of these people, and if nobody else is going to stand up for them, I'm going to stand up for them. And then you have Trump, when he was actually in office, he gave Russians our top secret data. There was an article that was validated by individuals who work in the White House where Trump had told his staff not to be present in the office, and then Russians had taken pictures of confidential data, and for some reason everybody's okay with that. Trump even asked, when there were protesters, he asked if they could shoot the civilians, American citizens, and they were like, you can't do that. Now with the presidential immunity, he could do that. I mean, he did say, hey, I could go into the street and shoot anyone and still not be impacted by it. So, listen to what they say. And for some reason, all these things are okay. But Kamala wanted to increase the minimum wage is extreme. But Trump wanted to shoot people. That's okay. What the hell? So Trump likes attacking other people. And a good example of this is before, when he made fun of a disabled reporter, this is not what the party represents. Well, guess what? It is, because now you have the Republican Party attacking Tim Walz's disabled son. So if you're a party if you want to vote for a party that attacks disabled people, and you really hate D&I, so you hate disabled people and any minority, yeah, go ahead and vote for them. If you feel that disabled people don't deserve a place in society, then yeah, go ahead and vote for Republican Party. So, I mean, attacking disabled individuals is just, it's just crazy. It doesn't even matter if he was disabled or not, just attacking a fellow human being just for having that moment. But then you also have their policies where they're attacking LGBTQ individuals, and I'm gay, and I definitely have felt the pressure, and I see lots of people posting on Facebook, people I know, and a lot of their focus, I understand, they're focused on the economy. But Trump, I'm not buying that he's good for the economy. Do you believe that your CEO or your boss is going to do everything that they can to support you over themselves and the company's profit? America should not be run like a business in the sense that they're just profiting the people at the top, and all of us are just employees, and we're not getting anything. Because in a company, the reason why they don't pay you what they're kind of equivalent to what they're making is because they're a business. They need to get more than what you're actually working. So they're making a profit off of what the work you're doing. America and the government should not be run that way. Then you also have Project 2025, which wants to eliminate overtime. It wants to jail teachers and librarians for what they say is providing pornographic material, which the scary thing of that is, what is their definition of pornographic? It could be anything. Talk about 2 moms, 2 dads. Guess what? That's pornographic. So you see where the extremes are here. Then you'll have like we talked about, the presidential immunity, which, yes, is Project 2025, but the Supreme Court is already aligned with that. So you see actions that are in Project 2025 that are undeniable, and yet you still support this and go, oh, that's just extreme. And you're like, but he's already starting to do this. And then you have abortion, of course, Project 2025 and what they've already done. And then firing federal employees so they can place their own special interest employees in the federal government. So that way they can not be stopped at any of their extreme measures that they want to do. And then they're, of course, attacking your free speech. So anytime that like Trump gets really pissed off that he's not happy with something with his presidential immunity, guess what? He can do whatever he wants. As long as he considers it official act. I think it's very telling that when you look at the party and you see who's associated with them. Like, these are people that you are also now connected to and are in your inner circle. So, white supremacist, the KKK, when you look around and you go, wait, they're supporting the same person I am. This is a little concerning. But, hey, they don't care. And Trump lies repeatedly, but people are okay with it. You give an example of like Harris or somebody or Biden who's misspeak or doesn't represent the information. Yes, they should be fact checked. But Trump intentionally lies and say, they're committing abortions after birth. And I shouldn't say just Trump. Lots of Republicans are doing this. That's murder. So what state allows murder of a child? And then he says, basically alludes to like no more elections. And a lot of people are going to defend him and say, hey, he's just saying he's going to make it so good for them they never need to vote again. And of course, the plan for Project 2025 also calls for cutting Social Security and Medicare. They really want to make healthcare private, and I'm not for private healthcare. I know a lot of people say, hey, it innovates. But any business that needs people to be sick to increase their bottom line, that's a problem. Like, what's their incentive to actually work towards cures, to work towards getting you better? Where if you're in this money mindset, your actual main goal is going to be like, let's get them well enough where they can still come back to us for constant treatment, and we can drain, that wallet more. So that's why I'm against the privatization of healthcare, just because it's a lot of people not really being incentivized by the current system of just making money to actually help any individuals. So around Trump, it's all about cults. I mean, he doesn't care about any of the people that actually support him. He just cares about power and money. And like I said, America is not a business, and if you look at Trump's record, he has had many businesses, such as Trump University and many of his casinos and other things, and all of them have declared bankruptcy. So, and he also doesn't pay his bills. So, if you're thinking that Trump is going to be loyal to you and going to make true on his promise, when it comes to push to shove, he's going to choose himself over you, and that's not a leader. I mean, Trump already worships leaders from China, North Korea, and Russia. And these are communist countries where, individuals don't really have the rights that we have here and don't even have the right to vote. Of course, that's where they're headed because they want to strip so many voting rights. I mean, what more do I need to say? I mean, you look at all this stuff that I've listed for not supporting Trump. And when I look at these conversations of people saying, I'm undecided, I don't like her laugh, it's not trustworthy. How about also the person that never laughs? Why? Because there's always conniving of how they can steal from you and also screw you over. And that's Trump. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. And I hope that you're all safe and well. Thank you.